Unfortunately, today I cannot upload anything indoor. I would like to explain to you a following point. The first point. No. Maybe tomorrow I'll upload something about 2 points. In this video, yeah, because it will take a lot of time. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about the difference between Al Qaeda and other and Taliban. Okay, Al Qaeda and Taliban. Now leave the other topic later. Some people have a problem with recognizing the relationship and what's between Al Qaeda and Taliban, and what's the difference between Al Qaeda and Taliban. First of all, they're all Muslim, the same sector of Islam, the normal Islam. There is a slight difference, secondary difference when it comes to the fiqh and how they look into the Sharia because of the different location they came from or the lands they came from. Taliban are a native Afghanis who used Talib means a student, who used to be students in high schools and university, and then they revolted against the Soviet Union criminal dark occupation invasion. Okay, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, and the Taliban was the native Afghanis revolting against the absurdity, something like this, the crimes, the rape, the killing that the Soviet Union did in Afghanistan. So this is Taliban. They care and they think about their Afghanistan. Who is Al Qaeda? Al Qaeda is a union of those Arab mothers, the speaker, the union of Muslims who come to help the Afghanis against the Soviet Union. So Al Qaeda, which means the base. They are the union of Muslim fighters who came to fight with the Afghanis against their brothers and the Afghanis and to protect their sisters, the Afghani ladies, against the Soviet Union. They came and they fought and they did a great job. Okay, Al Qaeda, it was established even after this union. Okay, Al Qaeda as a group, and it was led by Osama bin Laden. And most of those who are leading it are Arabic mother tongue leaders. Okay, there is some here and there who doesn't speak Arabic as a mother tongue who joined. After Afghanis took Afghanistan back and Taliban controlled the area, okay, Taliban had their place. The base, Al Qaeda itself, by the lead of Osama bin Laden, manage a new agreement and the leadership or something like this, that this is gonna be a group called the base, and this base is Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda means the base of establishing the Islamic Khilafah. It's a global project, not like Taliban. Taliban is only about Afghanistan project. Yes, they are Muslim and they care about others. But Al Qaeda is a union of Muslims who came to fight with Taliban Afghanis. Some of them are African, some of them are, but mainly the leaders are Arab mother tongue. Some of them are from Baluchistan, some of them from Mahwazistan, some of them from Kurdistan, some of them from Iraq, some of them are Syrian, some of them Ashurian, some of them Berber, some of them Amazigh, some of them Andalusian, some of them Shishanis, you name it. And they join. Either they are in Afghanistan or outside. Some of them are Yemenis, some of them are Israelis, Israel like me, I mean. Not like the Goham occupying the Holy Land. So many among them, to be honest with you, Israelis. Not occupiers in the Holy Land. So, I mean, some, not leave the so many, because there is leaders, regardless of the names. Some of them are Ishmaelian, regardless. And I'm not here trying to mention the names, okay? There is other as well who I didn't mention. Other races or authentic groups, among them Muslims who joined Al Qaeda. Okay, let's go to the following point. As Pakistanis, you go as Uzbekistanis, whatever. Anyway, the base, Al Qaeda, means the base of establishing the Islamic Khilafah. They first of all know and understand that there is a problem in a very secret, glorified city. The secret glorified city, which is Al-Qudus, called Jerusalem. There is a problem there, which is the occupation of the so-called Israelis who call themselves Jews. regardless of their leaders who are a part of a so-called Jewish cult, definitely not Israelis, or the groups, other groups who just refer to themselves as Jews. They have different culture. I mean, it's a topic of expose how the stupidity of those who relate themselves to Jews. Now, this is not the point. And they start saying, we want our Islamic Khilafah, and we cannot establish the Islamic Khilafah is except if we make an international uh, waging attacks in the Arabian Peninsula, in Egypt, in Sinai, in Algeria, in whatever, in Europe, in America, as much as we can. Okay. Now, there was some problems here and embassies and problems like that. The main goal was liberating the Holy Land. This is the first agenda that they got, the liberating the Holy Land. And they had a big issue with the leaders of the so-called Islamic government, because they say that they are not doing good. Even though some of Al Qaeda said, we don't want you to fight Americans. We want you to do secondary thing, but you're not doing. I mean, if you go, for example, uh, how can I give you example right now? I don't want to give example. For example, I don't want to give example. Forget about this point. This we are going to something deep here right now. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying how how they. Now I am not giving any judgment here in this YouTube. Forget about me. Forget about my faith. And they was there. Now, America wanted two things. I'm going to talk about the first thing, and I'm not going to talk about the second thing. First of all, for the protection of the so-called Israeli state, they need to get rid of Iraq leadership. This is the main reason. That's it. So it's a so-called Zionist project, BMTIs, and other groups as well are involved in invading Iraq. They cannot invade Iraq. And they want to get rid of Al-Qaeda, because Al-Qaeda is at the process of recruiting, sending messages, awakening, threatening, and causing troubles for them. Now I'm not gonna go deep. Okay, the Americans said we cannot do this with, of course, the Gohan Jews leading and other so-called Christian. We cannot convince the stupid public except if we do something like Pearl Harbor. You know Pearl Harbor for the Japanese, the oil crisis, the westernizing Japanese screaming at the Americans, other things like that. So, and then they kept their mouth. But that Pearl Harbor was by the Japanese, and the American knew that something is gonna do, and they didn't do enough defense. Now, when it's come to 11 September, the inside job, Al Qaeda have nothing to do with it. They just did it, and they seduced Osama bin Laden to provide blessings to the attack against the World Trade Center, which was an inside job. That's it. End of the story. I'm not here trying to give you details. This is how it is. It was an inside job. Now they went to Afghanistan and they said, "Hey Taliban, hand us over Osama bin Laden and Al Qaeda leader." What did they say, Taliban? Now Taliban have nothing to do with 11 September whatsoever, from A to Z, from above, from top to bottom. They have nothing to do with it. Except they are what? They owe. They own. I owe you a favor. I owe you. Do you remember the word? When I say I owe you a favor, my dear friend, something like this. I owe you. The Afghanistan Taliban are saying to this Islamic Union, under the lead of those who speak Arabic as a mother tongue, we owe you a favor for helping us against the Soviet Union. Taliban and the Afghani people owe you a favor. You shouldn't attack on 11 September, the inside job. And there was some dialogue between them and Al Qaeda. Then the Taliban and the government of Afghanistan at that time sent some representative in America, and they said to the United States, prove to us that is Osama bin Laden or Al Qaeda. They said there is something suspicious. And the American looked at them down and they said, hand him over or there will be war. The Taliban said, you know what? Fuck off. We can't do this. No, we cannot just give you our brother. They came and they fought, and we see them when they throw themselves to death in the field, in the combat. This is another version of Quran. It means other things like alcoholic, like drug dealers, like other things, like even sometimes in when it's come to being a suicider, whatever. But they fought to defend the Afghans. We cannot just give them Let's dialogue. Give us the evidence and we will do some try. The Americans said, no, you're messing around with us. We're going to send our troops. The Taliban said, if we are forced, fuck you all. Let's do it. We can't do anything. We're dealing with God first. Those people have helped us. So many among those the Muslim Union fighters who came under the lead of those who speak Arabic as a mother tongue helped us and killed and was tortured by the Soviet Union and faced a lot. We are not going to just hand, especially someone like Osama bin Laden, who took most his money from the money that he's inherited from his father, and his father was a big milliardaire. He took it all and he put it in. He bought a lot of weapons and he supported us and supported his other Muslims, the Al Qaeda, the group around him, and the others in Taliban. He did a great job. In Sudan, he did a lot of help to the Sudanese and things. Al Qaeda. He tried to establish like a party, but with like the Irish, whatever. It's different. It's different. I know, but something like anything. Give another example. I apologize. I shouldn't mention. But with some forces to what? Mail the first agenda, liberate the Holy Land. And this is the base of re-establishing the Islamic Khilafah. Now, they said no, and then the American invaded them. Do you understand? But this explained the difference. And without going to any other details, this explains the difference between Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Taliban have nothing to do with 11 September, the inside job. Got nothing, it's just a group called Al-Qaeda, they have their base and place, and the Taliban said we cannot just kick them out. These agents, so-called Islamic Arabic government, if we send them back, they will be tortured and killed. We are at the 90s, we just cannot send those people. And there is a lot of people among the Gulf citizens, Saudi Arabia and other, who said, Wallahi, when we returned back to our home, they put us in jail and they persecuted us and they just made us, and especially after 11 September, the inside job, we faced a lot of problems, even before. So this detail is very important. Now, I'm not giving any judgment, and I'm not here saying how Allah, the owner of existence, the founder of existence, the creator of existence, the father of all existence, the father of the worlds, creator of the worlds, the creator of light and darkness, the above all, the most high, the creator of beginnings and the creator of ends, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who sent messengers and Muhammad is the final messenger. I'm not telling or explaining to you how based on his explanation you can judge Al-Qaeda or judge Taliban by understanding the environment and the atmosphere before and after an historical event and actions and reactions. This is not the point. The point is the difference between Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Thank you very much. Please don't read the video. Now the hadith is, there is a hadith, the hadith is not in Quran, but we can say that Allah have sent this. قُلِ الْحَقَّ وَلَا عَلَى نَفْسِكَ. Say the truth even if it's on yourself. I mean, don't hide yourself. Of course, there is other rules. You can hide. You can make tuqya to a certain level. No, tuqya, not the tuqya of the so-called jihad. Tuqya. قل الحق ولو على نفسك. Say the truth, even if it's gonna brought you some trouble. Like for example, seeing someone victimized by someone who is, for example, powerful or whatever, and it might affect you in the job or something. But if they ask you, yes, this guy is a victim. I'm sorry, I need to say the truth. You understand me? I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about things here and there. But it doesn't mean that if someone come to you, are you, for example, worshipping our devil, who we worship, for example, like those who are calling themselves whatever, and you are at the same time a Muslim. You don't say, no, I'm a Muslim, and then they kill you. No, yeah, I'm with you guys. God is giving you this space. But if you if you said no in a certain points, God also will reward you. But God is offering you, protect yourself, your life come first. But just keep the faith inside you and explain everything and do it properly when you can. And there is of course another hadith. الاعتراف بالحق فضيلة. Saying the truth is part of righteousness. And another hadith that is beyond imagination. Yani. This is not in the Quran, but indeed it's from God Almighty, and it needs a lot of explanation to those who just don't, because my English is not that perfect, and the hadith explains itself. So don't come and say the lies about Al-Qaeda. Don't come and say the lies about Taliban. If you are gonna do treatment or explanation or explore the thing, give it time, even if it's against your satanic dark belief system or unjust dark system. Say the truth because it's part of raciousness. When we study Taliban, regardless of some wrong things that they might committed, and if we gonna, regardless, now you might, if you're an enemy of truth or righteousness, you committed worse, 1,000 times worse. And if you are gonna go and study about Taliban or Al Qaeda, both, what did I mention the first? Again, if you're gonna study about the Taliban, then or Al Qaeda, and regardless of any wrong things that they committed, regardless of this point, you need to say the truth and explain everything from A to Z, and give a good calculation. And if you have just short time, give a calculation of what happened there, and and what created them, and how. That's it. You just don't come and mess around. Even I mean, can I say this to you? Yes, say it, please. There is people who say Wahhabist. This is Wahhabist. Muslim, can you believe? We're dealing with people who bear witness that there is no God except Allah, the owner, the founder, the creator. The owner, the founder, and the creator and the father of all existence, by all most high meaning of Father, Rabbul Wujud, who sent and bear witness that Muhammad is his final messenger. They bear witness that God is the most merciful, and they bear witness that Muhammad is the final messenger, his mercy upon mankind. And they see some wrong things here and here that the normal common who do not understand because they are ignorant the things behind it. They say this is Wahhabist, 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 this is Wahhabist. No, you just don't come and say Wahhabist. Then everyone will go and look at the Ismailian and try to destroy our life, mess around with us, destroy our chances to achieve or reach our resources, and then the resources is given to minority who are intruders to the land. And then the Gulf States royal monarchs, sorry, agents, royal family would prosecute us and provide those who have no root, who are against our Islam or against our identity, more power, and then manipulate the society and make the filth among the Ismailian important and protected, and the good ones among the Ismailian to be in jails and to be prosecuted. This is sickness. This is sickness. This is unacceptable. Imagine this. Of course, I understand that they are trying to defend themselves because they are living in America and say and live in September, the inside job, or seeing some problem, seeing some bad things in the media, and they're saying it's all Wahhabis to Wahhabis. I'm not talking about the so-called Shiite. I don't consider them Muslim. Hey, if you're a so-called Shiite, angry with what I'm saying, why don't you show yourself respect yourself, and stop harming our faith? Even if you don't want to consider me, you can consider me whatever you want to consider me. Just, you know what? Our Arabic figure, not your business. Our nation, not your business. Our nation, our Arabic figure, our identity, our race is not your business. You go and fuck off, be so-called Shiite there and slap yourself and do whatever you do. I'm sorry for the children. I pity them, but yes, and I ask Allah to protect our children, even all animals, and all good peoples from your crap. Do you understand my point? It's all connected to each another. All connected to each another. That's why I'm explaining it right now, because it's a personal case with an alignment of understanding the Ishmael and the rights in the Ishmaelian territory with an alignment of understanding Islam. I mean, look at the bomb Hiroshima in Japan. And they are always saying, no one is talking about Hiroshima the way they talk about Wahhabist. Hiroshima, you're giving it more time, though I understand. You are not giving it the time, though everyone understand that more than 100 died and 100,000 of people in 1 second, 100,000 people dealt with a lot of rays and everyone is defending himself, or regardless of defending or explaining or whatever, and other crimes happened and occurred in it, and you just come, you see this reaction, normal reaction, Taliban as a reaction of the attack from the Soviet Union and other points, and Taliban, which is Al-Qaeda, which is a reaction of many things like invading Middle East and establishing the Sykes-Picot borders, and additional to that, persecuting the natives and lying about the identity of people, and establishing the so-called Israeli state, and empowering the so-called Shia to have nothing to do with. And then you come and say Wahhabist. Wahhabist. They are Wahhabist. Look, Wahhabist. Wahhabist. Everything is Wahhabist. Wahhabist. Okay, Wahhabist, you can say whatever thing. Just no. Wahhabist, then we need to destroy the Ishmaelians in the Arabian Peninsula. Rather than treating things, you bring destruction. And at the same time, you relate yourself to the Son of Virgin, the Messiah. And at the same time, you relate yourself to the chosen godly people. Godly, all those who are worshipping God are godly. But those who are favored to be and assigned from Jacob to the Messiah, to be favored, the Israelite, you relate yourself to the Yahudian faith. You relate yourself even to Hinduism, Buddhism. You relate yourself to something beyond the imagination of normal people as a believer. And you bring darkness. And atheists have no conscience, and the way they fix things and the way they talk about things is just bringing destruction to others. It's a personal case. Please don't take my video. Thank you very much. This video is only to explain the difference between Al-Qaeda and Taliban on regard of my personal case. Thank you.